I'm Richard Bradford. I'm the Managing Director in the UK for Cactus, and Cactus is a language training company based in Brighton, with offices also in New York, and a network of training opportunities worldwide. I think what makes Cactus different is that we focus on face-to-face learning. There's a big split, I suppose, in language training between learning online and through self-study methods, and learning as we all learn languages with a teacher. And once you have a teacher in the room, it brings language to life. It's a very flexible and interchangeable format, which means you can learn a language in a way that's right for you with your teacher. So what Cactus has tried to do is take the opportunity of learning a language with a teacher to wherever people are. So we have trainers worldwide that can go in locally to work with local companies, with individuals. We have a network of evening language courses around the world, and that means that the people can have real face-to-face training where they need it. Yeah. Well, social media we don't see social media as being a separate entity. It's all about communication and communication channels. So when we're speaking to our students in class, we get natural direct feedback and we have conversation. In our offices in Brighton, we talk an awful lot about language learning, and we put things around on internal email about what it is to learn a language, or quirks of a language, or how do you say something in a certain language. So we're doing that as a company anyway. And what we realised is that we weren't sharing that with everybody else that may be interested. And for us, social media is just yet another iteration of the everyday conversations we see and are witness to or get involved with. It's just a very neat way of communicating that in a fairly effortless way. A personal connection, somebody who works here used to work at Cactus and spoke highly about site visibility and was enjoying working here. So that was our first port of call, and also it just so happens that we're very, very local. Well, you've got a very strong brand, and somehow every agency needs to stand out. Brighton is a very creative place. There's lots of us around. There's lots of jostling for position visually, and I think site visibility has a very sort of clean, slick brand. And what's nice is it goes beyond the aesthetic, because when you actually deal with the people there, they think and work in the same way. There's fast turnaround, there's quick response, there's attention to detail, and there's a real willingness with site visibility to actually make business happen, to make things work. Commercially, you're very strong, and I wouldn't use the word pushy, but you show that you want the business, which in this day and age you would think everybody would want to do, but not everybody achieves. So you show that you're really kind of keen to get business in and work to a client's expectation. So it works well. We were told that it would be like having an extension of our office, and I think that worked beyond what we could have hoped for, because Joe was our main campaign manager, and you can usually tell how well you're working with somebody by how long the email needs to be to get something done. And I'm a big fan of one-line emails if I can get away with them. So I would just forward a link, or I would write a comment, or I would link to an article and say, this is what I think about this, or can we diffuse something on something, and it would just happen. Or if there was a bit of office chat about a language point, we'd just start forwarding that off, and it would be diffused. So effortless communication. You helped at a time where Facebook, for example, has been changing quite a lot with the move to timeline, and you've been instrumental in sorting that out for us. And I really like our timeline look on the Cactus Facebook. Also, we knew we needed to have a Facebook presence, and we were already being social and being the communicative organisation that we are, but it just wasn't being reflected properly on Facebook. So it was a bit of a tumbleweed page. There was just nothing happening. And it's just because we hadn't switched into talking about the stuff we talk about on Facebook and other media. So you helped to just bring that iteration to life. And now it's a really lively, interactive space. We have different groups that you brought in as well. So you've got like English, French, German, Italian, Spanish groups where you can go and just chat about that language, which is really good. And also you helped us with our competitions as well, where, you know, like photo competitions and sort of trips abroad and stuff like that. So it's just a sort of, it's just a strong reflection now of what we are as a company, and we didn't have that. Yeah, it's been really good. Like I say, I think that the proof is really just the engagement that we've got. And what we absolutely didn't want to do is artificially push for numbers, because you see an awful lot of campaigning out there that is like click to likers, you see it everywhere. And it's just this kind of greedy need to have more followers and more people. But we don't want that to be an end in itself. We just want those people who are interested in what we do and want to engage more in language learning and have other points of contact through the week than their lessons, to have that space that exists offline, if you like, or in different ways. And that's what we've achieved. So rather than being inflated and then very difficult to maintain, it's just a part of what we do, and that's precisely what we were after. I think it's just the ease of it, the openness of communication, the fact that you're always on the end of a phone or an email, and, you know, fast response times, and just, you know, open-minded to new stuff and creative.